Whether it's Jujutsu Kaisen, Dragon Ball, One Piece, Blue Lock, or Dandadan, they each had amazing stories and animations that managed to unite millions of fans worldwide. Naturally, we as fans would go on to recreate the content, from edits to memes to skits and eventually to fan animations. And to say the least, the fan animations were mind-blowing. They genuinely had people going from "don't let Mappa find you" to "who even is Mappa anymore?" The worst part is, people were literally animating Jujutsu Kaisen Season 3 before Mappa. No, seriously, people are actually doing this. I mean, given the announcement of JJK Season 3 on August 31st, I'm sure you have a few questions in mind, and so do I. But the most disturbing part is, what happens when JJK is over? Well, what do we do then? And a similar effect clearly took place when the manga ended. So there's no joke when I ask, what happens when anime ends? I mean, everything eventually ends, so what happens to the editors, the animators, the writers, the fan artists? What happens to the fans and the audience when the day is over? That said, I created an animation studio for fans and animators to create their own anime, and other tons of stuff I'm going to be talking about exclusively in this video. So one day, I'm at class, trying to get through the day like every normal student, daydreaming and such, when it occurs to me that anyone, and I mean anyone, can create their own animation studios. And there's a lot of them making different types of anime nowadays. So I turn to bro, my eyes literally lit up and a smile slaps across my face, and I whisper, "Bro, you can just create an animation studio." And in the most deadpan voice I've ever heard, he goes, "What in the world are you talking about?" You're probably thinking there's processes for that kind of stuff, and not everyone can really create an animation studio. And to you I say, yeah, you're right, not everyone can just make an animation studio, but fake it till you make it. Fan animations have been a thing since the dawn of time, and there's multiple fan pieces making animations like Kyon Dojo and Alan Becker, and their work has really inspired me and the team working on this project. And I really hate to say this, but the animations just don't feel the way they used to. Everything just feels the same. To be fair, there's a new generation of fans and fan animators, but there isn't necessarily a new standard for them to work with. And that's where we come in. Introducing Stormy Studios. What is Stormy Studios? What is the process of Stormy Studios? Why should you even join Stormy Studios? These are all valid questions even I would ask. Honestly, I didn't start this to be another content-making machine. I started this because I believe animation can do more, can hit harder, can linger longer, and can just feel right, like how they used to be. We're not going to be the stereotype fan animators. We're going to rewrite the rules, leave the noise behind, and pave a new path that differs from our predecessors, all while keeping the fans and fan animators in mind. And yes, that does include you. Every single one of you watching this video. Even with all of this, a lot could still go wrong, like what is Stormy Studios going to look like realistically? How is Stormy Studios going to work? How do I even join Stormy Studios? Well, there's going to be 3 divisions, aside from the management. The production division, which is where people make fan animations and collaborate with other animators. The learning division is basically fans and animators that want to improve their skills but never really had the resources to do it. Well, at least until now. The experimental division, which is largely responsible for, you guessed it, experimenting and mixing different styles together from both 2D and 3D animation softwares to produce original works. At this point, you probably guessed you obviously need animators to, make an animation studio. And that's where you come in. We're having studio tryouts where you'll just state your skills and drop at least one of your works, be it animation, editing, memes, drawing, voiceovers, or even just an overtly creative mind, and we'll sort you into different categories. The only place where all of this would be happening is on Discord, and the link is in the description for the server. Moral of the story, nowadays no one really cares about the fans, the ordinary anime watcher, you and me. Everyone is just too busy with themselves, but that actually changes now. On this channel, I'm going to be doing more fan-oriented content and really dive into what makes anime, well, anime for you, the fans. I'll try to look at it from the audience perspective, given I'm also a part of the audience. I'll also be posting updates on the studio from here on out. If this sounds like your kind of thing, I'm sure I'll provide more value with upcoming videos and animations, so you should hit that subscribe button and stay tuned in for other notifications. That's all. Thank you for watching.